All right, well, I'm going to get started and folks can catch up as they come in. So, to start us off, I was going to lead us through a little bit of scaling, if that seems interesting. So, to therapist explain a little bit, that's picking an emotion or sensation or set of emotions and sensations, and ranking them at the beginning of using a skill or a tool or a relaxation exercise, just to check in to see where you're at, and then scaling again at the end. So tracking that same set of emotions or sensations, to see sort of how this skill is going for you today. It can be a way to track effectiveness of skills. Um, and granted, effectiveness is relative and may change day by day, hour by hour, depending on the situation. Um, but yeah, it can be an interesting starting place just to see, is this something that I might want to try again? Is it something that I now feel actively worse? Hopefully that won't be the case, but we'll see. So today, as most days, I am going to scale my level of anxiety and excitement. Frequently, those two things go hand in hand for me, but I'm going to give us just a moment to tune in, think about what might be meaningful for right now. I'm going to write this in my journal. You're welcome to write it down if that feels interesting. Think about it in your head, whatever is going to be useful for you, to reference back later. All right. Thank you for joining. So you're just doing a little bit of scaling. Whatever emotion or sensation feels useful to track over the course of the next half hour or so. If you're into it, if not, that's also totally fine. This is time for you to explore however you would like to. Um, so when you're done scaling, I'm gonna lead us through a little bit of deep breathing. Feel free to adjust as necessary. You do not have to follow along at all. It can be an interesting way to settle the body, and for some folks, it can be a little bit overwhelming, right? If our thoughts are racing, if we're feeling scattered, and things are feeling hard to track, sometimes that feels like too much. So again, whatever feels most useful. Um, I'm myself going to do some 4-7-8 breathing. So that's inhaling for a count of 4, holding for a count of 7, and exhaling for a count of 8. If that seems interesting, go for it. If holding your breath is not accessible, feel free to maybe do some ratio breathing. So that's literally the same count of inhaling and the same count exhaling. Or just breathe at your natural rhythm. That's okay too. All right, so over the next few minutes or so, you're invited to start tuning into your body, tuning into your breath. Maybe not even changing anything right now. Just noticing where you're at, how your body feels. Maybe do a few wiggles, get settled. Noticing any areas of tension, relaxation, anything that catches your interest, but not straining or focusing too hard. Just noticing. And as you're ready, If it feels interesting, maybe starting to drop into a breath exercise, whatever is going to feel accessible and useful to you in the moment. Some folks find it useful to breathe from the belly on up into the chest. If you're having trouble sort of feeling where your breath is at, some folks find it useful to place a hand on the chest and a hand on the belly to feel the rhythm of your body as you breathe. Maybe just another round or two. All right. In your own time, as you're ready, you're invited to settle in even deeper to whatever is going to be comfortable for you over the next 15 minutes or so. You're invited to close your eyes if that feels interesting. Keep your eyes open, soften your gaze. It's totally up to you. So the setting for this meditation is Ocarina of Time. Just a warning, there's going to be a little bit of a spoiler, but since this is a 22-year-old game, I'm not super concerned about that. So this is after Link has explored the Deku tree, and we are going to envision ourselves as the sapling afterwards. All right, and I'm gonna turn on a little bit of a soundtrack. We'll see, I may need to adjust the volume a little bit. So, tuning into yourself, starting to notice the weight of gravity, and your connection with the earth beneath you. Feeling the solidness of the ground. Imagining starting to send down roots into the earth. The reincarnation of the Deku tree. Embracing the cycles of life, the cycles of death, drawing power from our ancestors, and finding comfort in the wisdom of those who have gone before us. Sending those roots deeper, deeper into the earth. Drawing energy up through our roots. And as we exhale, starting to grow our branches. As you breathe in, drawing heat, moisture, groundedness up through our trunks, and exhaling through our branches and leaves. Envisioning those lines of energy, warm and golden, from roots to branches. Taking in the newness of the world and our experience of it. The new sensation of life. The softness of the earth. The gentleness of the air around us. The warmth of the sunlight on fresh new branches. And as we breathe, our roots going deeper and deeper. Our trunk growing wider, stronger and more stable. Our branches reaching up and out into the canopy. Feeling leaves start to bud at the very tips of our branches. Drawing life-giving energy up and releasing it up and out into the world. Giving thanks to Din, her fiery arms, creating the warmth and the ground underneath us, allowing our roots to tap further and further towards the warmth at the center of the earth, drawing on her power, and giving gratitude. And with her, giving gratitude to Nairu as we draw up the water out of the earth into our trunks, and out of our branches and leaves. Thanking her for the wisdom of the earth, the wisdom of our ancestors, and the wisdom of ourselves as we go through our lives, gaining experience. And if your mind starts to wander, gently drawing it back to the rhythm of your life, That power drawing up from your base to your branches, tuning into the rhythm of your breath as you settle into this space of strength and wisdom and groundedness. Taking a moment to offer gratitude to Ferrar as we feel the wind through our branches. We give thanks for the gift of life force, for our vitality, and for the creatures around us. To all living things. Offering up gratitude for our connectedness. To all living things and to ourselves. Starting to shift attention up to our branches and our leaves. Noticing anything you might be able to release right now. Imagining those leaves falling off. Those thoughts gently floating down on a soft breeze and reaching the ground to decay, release their energy back into our roots to be transformed into something else. Drawing life from the earth and releasing whatever needs to be released from our leaves. Knowing that as we go stronger, more stable, vibrant, and connected, the stronger our branches, the fuller our canopy, the more we are able to offer life to others. Starting to send out energy towards the creatures around us. From the Deku scrubs to the Koroks. Just as we show gratitude for our own grounding and comfort, offering that grounding and comfort to others. As we use the resources we need, transforming them, and offering them to others. Feeling our roots, feeling our trunk, feeling our branches and our leaves. Feeling our place in the web of energy as we take life and we give life. As we continue to let go and release, allowing the natural processes to complete themselves. Taking a moment here to just be in this space. Slowly, in your own time, as you're ready, gently drawing that energy inward, concentrating it, collecting it in our trunks, drawing it away from our branches, away from our roots. Feeling the energy, warm, soft, vibrant, collecting in our core. Slowly bringing your senses back into the room. Coming back into your body, maybe introducing a little bit of movement. That could look like wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. When you're ready, opening up your eyes or sharpening your gaze. Maybe taking a moment to look around your space, wherever you are. Just checking it out, reorienting yourself to this space, this time, this moment. Maybe taking a few more deep breaths here, as we come back into the present. And as we wind down our time together, you're invited to check in with yourselves again. Check in with your body. Check in with your emotions. Just notice where you're at. Noticing anything that may have shifted in this time together. Maybe anything that stayed the same. And in your own time, as you're ready, and if it feels interesting, revisiting those emotions and sensations we looked at the beginning of today. Taking a moment to write down if you are keeping track of things, or just noting in your head anything interesting. Again, anything that may have shifted or stayed the same. All right, well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I welcome your feedback or any requests for things that might be fun or interesting to try. And, oh gosh, tomorrow is Saturday and I don't have a time scheduled. If I do find a time for another get together tomorrow, I will let you know. I will post it somewhere on social media later today. And I hope you have a tolerable rest of your days. Thank you so much. Oh, there we go. I forgot how to end this. Woo, technology. All right. Bye, y'all.